friends, and welcome to the 5th video in Mrs. Labbate's distance learning. So today we're going to continue with our learning and reading and writing. So let's go ahead and get started. And like I said, we're going to start something new today, but before we do that, let's see what we learned last week. So let's go over our morning message. So dear learners, can you believe that it is almost summer break? This school year has flown by. I wish I could give you all great big hugs. Do you remember what you learned in the last video? So see if you can tell a parent or a brother or sister, what did we learn about in the last video? What was our focus? We were reading our stories, but what did we focus on in that story? We were trying to figure out the author's purpose. Why did the author write that story? Can you tell me the different pieces of the pie? We've got persuade, inform, and entertain. Those are some of the 3 reasons that authors will write a story. So let's go through our morning message and let's see if we can't find something we can pull out and think about. So today I want us to look at the O-W sound. So in the word flown, we've got the O-W. Now, what sound does that O-W make in the word flown? We have flow. So it makes the O sound. Do you know any other words that have that O sound with the O-W? We have the word own inside of our word flown. We could think of the word glow, has that O, and it's spelled with a G-L-O-W. What else has that O sound? Now notice our O-W is working together to make that O sound. It's not just an O making that O sound. So we have flown, glow, we could do slow, has that O-W. So on a piece of paper, what I want you to do is I want you to think of other words that have an O-W. So at the top, I want you to write O-W, and it's making what sound? O. It's making a long O sound. So you could think of own, glow, flow, or flown. So this is a different way that we can use vowels to chunk it so that we can come up with other words. All right, another word that I want us to look at, or another sound, is our O-U in the word could. So let's think about the sound that the O-U is making in the word could. Could. It's making the sound. Can you think of other words that have the O-U sound in it that make a could sound? We could do would, should, has that O-U that makes the sound. On your sheet of paper, I want you to flip it over. So on the front, we did O-W. On the back, I want you to think of other O-U words that have that sound, like in could. So should, would. I want you to think as many as you can. Now, if you can't think of sounds, what other sounds can our O-U make? Well, I'll give you an example. We have the word loud. So in this word, our O-U is making an ow, like ow, that hurt. It's making an ow sound. Can you think of other words that have the O-U that make an ow sound? So loud, crowd. So I want you to try and think of other words that have a similar O sound. So we have O-W and O-U. And that's what we're working on today in our morning message. All right, so now we're gonna keep moving and we're gonna be learning something new today. Let me go ahead and flip the sheet. So as you can see, today we're gonna be learning something new. We're gonna be looking at opinion and fact. So we're going to be looking at what we're reading and are we given a fact or an opinion? And then I want us to form our own opinion about the book or something that happened in the book. And we're going to talk about what an opinion is and what a fact is. So today I'm going to read Under the Apple Tree. Come along and sit with me underneath my apple tree. My friends and I jump up so high. Here's one that's ripe. Just wash and bite. I see the leaves blown by the breeze. I take a look at my new book. We watch the sky while ducks fly by. Get up! It's time to climb and climb. This trunk's so wide. I love the shade this branch has made. Look what I found here on the ground. I take a nap on Mommy's lap. I climb a log, pet my big dog. I play pretend with my best friend. I love to sing up on my swing. Come along and sit with me underneath my apple tree. The end. All right, so we're going to be looking at the facts and opinions. So let's think about facts. So we've learned a lot about facts in the past. Gotta move my camera. All right. So we've learned a lot about facts in the past in that when we studied our animals, we wrote down facts. And when we talked about inform for author's purpose last week, we thought about facts in our stories to help show that it was to inform. So a fact is something real and true. And if you're at home watching this video, you can just sit and watch while I write. You do not need to copy it down unless you want to. So, a fact is something real and true. A fact can be proven. So that means someone has Someone can say that it is true for real. It can be proven. That means everybody agrees with it. All right, so those are facts. And usually when we state a fact, we say things like it is. So this might how we start that sentence. And if you hear a lot of noise in the background, that's just my animals. They're playing right now. So just ignore that sound. So it is a brown bear. That could be a fact. So that's how we could start those fact sentences. Now we're going to move on to an opinion. An opinion is how you feel, what you think. So how you feel or think. Not everyone is the same. So what I mean by that is that when you have an opinion, it's how you think and how you feel. Not everybody's going to think that way. We might start those sentences by saying, I think. We might say, I feel. We might say, I believe. We could say, in my opinion. Or we could say, I like. So those are all ways we can start an opinion sentence. So if we're thinking about our story, because our opinion isn't something that everybody else believes. Sometimes it's just us. So I'll give you an example. A fact, I'm going to draw a line here. A fact I might give is that there are many types of ice cream. Because that is a fact. That is something that is real and true. It can be proven. There are many types of ice cream. No one would deny that. Now, an example of an opinion is that chocolate is the best flavor of ice cream. Now you might be saying, no it's not, I love cookies and cream, I love rainbow sherbet. So this is my opinion. That's what I think. Not what everybody else thinks, but what I think. That's what makes it an opinion. And it's how I feel and how I think. And not everyone is the same. So saying that chocolate is the best flavor ever, that's how I feel. You might not think the same. And if you don't think the same, that's what makes it an opinion. Now, if I say there are many types of ice cream, and you're just like, yeah, there are, then it's a fact. But if maybe you don't agree, then it can be an opinion. So, let's look at our story. Under the apple tree. Do you think you could give me a fact that came from this story? What's a fact that you might know from this story? I think I've got one. Would you say that it's a fact that apples grow on trees? Is that something that is real and true? Can that be proven that apples grow on trees? Yes, it is a fact. You can prove it by seeing in this story that apples grew on trees. You could go to an apple orchard and see that apples grow on trees. That is a fact. That is something real and true. Now, an opinion, let's see. An opinion might be that he loves apples. Not everybody is going to love apples. So in this part, it says, I love the shade this branch has made. By saying I love, that's something that he feels, that he thinks. Maybe you don't like the shade. Maybe you like the sunshine. So that's different than what he feels. So him saying I love something, that's his opinion. So apples grow on trees. I love the shade. I'm not going to write the whole sentence because I don't have much time. But just to give an example, that's what an opinion is. It's starting a sentence with how you feel. So, now, I didn't start saying this example, chocolate is the best flavor of ice cream, with one of these, but that word best gives me an indication, that gives me a clue that that's an opinion sentence. So when you see words like love or best or like, those are all hints that that's an opinion. That is how someone else feels or thinks. All right. So now we're going to keep on going. So we have opinion and fact. Now, if you have your lesson printed out, you have a beautiful little sheet that has opinion sentence starters. So these are all ways that you could start your opinion. So I want you to practice that. I want you to take the beginning of each one. I think balloons are awesome. I feel that dogs are smart. I know Gatorade is the best drink ever. I believe that soccer is the best sport. So I want you to go through and I want you to make up your own sentences on how you would use these. Now, if you come back down to these, we're going to learn about this because next lesson. So using because is to give a reason why you have that opinion. Because I said chocolate is the best flavor of ice cream. I didn't give a because. I didn't give a reason why it is. So that's what we're going to learn about next lesson, is how to give a reason for your opinion. Something to explain it. If you want to practice giving your opinion and your reason in your writing, if you have it printed out, you have a sheet that says swinging or sliding. So you're going to fill it in. I think swinging is better because, and then you're going to tell me why you think swinging is better. Or maybe you think sliding is better, and you're going to tell me why you think sliding is better. Maybe because you have more fun on the swings. You get to go really high on the swings. Or maybe you like sliding because you get to go fast down the slide. So think about it. Which one do you like better? And then tell me why. All right. Now we're going to move on to our writing time. Now for writing today, we're going to do just that, is that we are going to write about our favorite summer activity. So, I want you to share a fact about that summer activity and then write your opinion about a summer activity. So, like we practice with our facts and opinions, I want you to give a fact about that summer activity. What is it? What do you do? Something that is real and true. And then I want you to give your opinion about it. Do you like it? Do you enjoy it? Is it the best? Is it your favorite? So I'm going to think about different summer activities. I'm going to go ahead and write them down for you so that you can keep track if you want to use this for your writing. So some summer activities could be swimming. Maybe you love going swimming during the summer. Maybe you love going and playing sports. Maybe you play a certain sport during the summer. Maybe you like to travel. Maybe you like to visit family during the summer. These are all different summer activities. You could go to the zoo. You could go to the park. What are some other things that you do during the summer? You might travel to the beach. And let's see. I already said you could visit family. You could go to the beach. Maybe you have something that you do every summer that you love to do. Maybe you go to a certain park, amusement park. Maybe you ride rides. Maybe you go to Texas every summer. Maybe you go to a different state. So I want you to think about what is a summer activity that you do that maybe you enjoy or would like to write about. So I'm going to show you what I have. You can pause the screen to write down which one you're going to use, and then we'll get to our brainstorming. So go ahead and pause the video if you need to use these words for help, or if you need to write them down. All right. So, again, if you have the lesson printed out, you already have a writing sheet ready. If you don't, you can use some lined paper, but as always, we got to put our name and date at the top. And it is, let's see, today is, oh, don't even have the time on me. This is for the 12th, so we're going to put 5/12. That's today's lesson. And we can follow the lines nice and neat to draw our drawing box. Like so. All right, so now we got to think and draw so that we can write. Now, I want to write about, the beach. I love going to the beach during the summer. So I want to write down one fact about the beach, so something that's real and true that can be proven. And then I want to give my opinion about the beach. So start with my name, date. All right, now my drawing. Now I'm writing about the beach. So I want to include my waves. This is my little beach area. Draw a little sand castle. And then I'll draw me at the beach. I'm going to be wearing sunglasses because it's hot out. All right. So that's just a quick sketch so that I can get started on my writing. Now, we're going to write down one fact. So if I'm thinking about a fact, I want to think about something that everybody can agree on. So one fact I might say is the beach is a place with lots of sand and it is next to an ocean. So that's my fact. That is something that is real and true, that it's a sandy place. It has lots of sand and that it's connected to an ocean. All right. Now I can give my opinion and I can go back. I can think about my opinion starters. How can I start my opinion? Do I want to say I think, I feel, I know, I believe, in my opinion? So I think I'm going to say I think. I think the beach is the coolest place to go during the summer. And there we go. There's my opinion. I think it's the coolest place. Now you might not think that, and that's what makes it my opinion, because I think it. Not everybody else does, but I do. So you can go on if you want to give a reason why you think it's the best or it's the coolest thing, whatever you choose, then you can do that. But today we're just going to write 2 simple sentences giving a fact and giving an opinion. All right. So that's our writing for today. Now we're going to move on and we're going to think about our reading. Now every lesson I want you to try and earn 2 steps to better your reading. So 2 steps means 30 minutes of reading. And when you're reading today, I just want you to try and earn 2 steps. Try and come up with 1 fact and 1 opinion from your reading. So, like we did with our Under the Apple Tree, I want you to come up with a fact from your story and come up with an opinion. All right. I'm going to grab a book real quick because I seem to have lost mine, and I'm going to read to you and see if we can find a fact or an opinion. Sorry about that. I'm back, and I'm going to read you Splat the Cat, the Big Helper. Now I'm going to try and find a fact that I can say about this book and an opinion I have in the book. So Splat the Cat, the Big Helper. Family meeting, Splat's father called from upstairs. We're very busy. Oh, I already read this story to you. I am so sorry. I read this last time. I need to get some more books. So, we're not going to do, I won't be able to read aloud to you today for your independent reading, but that's okay. This will be a great time for you to pause and get your writing done, and you can pause and go get your reading done. Next time I'll make sure I have a new book that I can read to you so that we can look at what's a fact and what's an opinion? So I'm going to go ahead and remember our story, and I'll look at this one. We know that a fact could have been that apples grow on trees. We could say that our character had friends. That's a fact. An opinion might be that I don't like apples, or maybe you could think I love apples. So try and read your books and try and find one fact and one opinion. All right, so that's all we have for ELA. You can go ahead and pause the video to go do your reading and your writing. If not, we're going to keep on moving through our math lesson. All right, let me just fix this real quick. All right, we're going back and we're going to keep working on our time. Before we get started on that, we have some math fluency. Now, if you have it printed out, you already have your 20 problems that you can work on. If you don't have it printed out, you can always use a piece of lined paper. And I want us to practice our subtraction facts. So again, I want mom or dad to call out numbers to give you a subtraction sentence, and you can use within 20. So for instance, they could say 20 minus 2. And I want you to figure that out. Maybe they're going to call out 8 minus 5. And I want you to write that down. So whatever your mom and dad come up with, I want you to write it down, and I want you to see if you can solve those subtraction facts. Again, we're trying to practice subtraction now. We've gone through all of our addition. I think you're getting great at it, but now let's try and remember all those subtraction facts. And if you have the lesson printed out, you're going to have a word problem that I want you to read through, draw it out, and write your answer. We're going to be working with that a lot more come next lesson. And then lastly, we have another clock. Now you had this in your last lesson, but I'm going to give it to you again because I want us to keep practicing